This episode is brought to you by Elevate OS, the only all-in-one community operating system. Elevate OS transforms property management, combining resident engagement, reservations, rent payments, maintenance, and concierge services into a single super app. It also uniquely integrates access control, intercoms, package lockers, and thermostats, eliminating app fatigue and redefining modern apartment living. Visit elevateos.com/MMN for a free demo and see how they can help you level up your operations. Welcome to another episode of the Multifamily Collective. Today, let's talk about success and how success breeds more success, breeds more success, breeds more success. Because my imagination tells me there are teams out there in the world, there are individuals out there in the world that you find potentially frustrating from a selfish perspective. You're frustrated because that team happens to be achieving more or doing better things than you are, or your team is. And in your own life, there are people out there, as much as we should not do this, that you compare and contrast yourself against, and you think, why does it seem like they are achieving things that I can't seem to get started? I can't even seem to get started down those paths. So my encouragement to you is this: it is really important to understand that you first have to create momentum so that the success of that momentum creates more momentum. If you think about a flywheel, it's this very heavy piece of metal. It's very hard to get moving. But once you get this very heavy piece of metal moving as part of a bigger piece of machinery, it gets moving and it sort of creates an energy in and of itself, and then thereby goes faster and faster and faster. There's something in the environmental space. I'm not a climate alarmist person, but I would say this. I've read this and I believe this. When an ice cap starts to melt, it starts with a little drip in the beginning, and then it's a little stream of water. Then it's a little like river or a bigger river of water. And then in that inertia, that flywheel effect kicks in. And then all of a sudden the ice cap is melting faster, because not only is it melting because of warmer temperature, it's melting because the water working against the ice is assisting in making that melt faster. That same thing applies to your individual success. You get started, and it's a lot of work in the beginning to get that wheel moving. It's a lot of work. You think about the little drip of water trying to melt an ice cube, or like a giant, enormous ice cube. That little drip probably feels like it isn't making much progress in the very beginning, but enough of those drips turns into a stream, turns into a river, turns into no ice, right? You get it rolling and you celebrate every little individual win along the way. Every little individual win. We woke up this morning. We made our bed. Win. Tomorrow we get up, we're going to make our bed, and we actually make our way in to the kitchen to get a cup of coffee, and so on and so forth and so on and so forth and so on. And you do that for yourself, you do that for your team, and all of a sudden success is breeding success is breeding success is breeding success. And that success breeds confidence. Your ability to show up in confidence to do the next thing that's on your list of things to do, to have the conversation that you've been avoiding having with someone, or some other circumstance. You show up and you do that thing, you do that rep, and you create that muscle memory. And all of a sudden success is breeding success is breeding success. And you are in that group that other people look at and think, why not me? Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.